Heather Nuckolls joins us now. We're going to speak to her about that, along with Congressman Jason Smith. And to you both, thanks for coming on tonight. And Congressman, I just want to start with you because the thought of somebody still alive having an organ taken from their body in the United States is so shocking. What have you guys been able to find throughout this investigation, sir?
You know, it's absolutely unacceptable. That should never happen. There was 48,000 donor recipients last year. We have to make sure that people are safe and certain whenever they either donate their organs or they receive organs. And for one thing, they need to make sure that they're dead. We've had multiple whistleblowers come before us ever since we started this investigation, and it's quite alarming. And that's why we've pointed out different organ procurement organizations in New Jersey, Kentucky, Florida, that we've asked for additional information because we need to hold them accountable, and it's about time to bring them back into Congress.
It's an unbelievable story, especially happening here in this country. Heather, your story is just heartbreaking, and I can't imagine what it's like to lose your mom and then have to testify about it on Capitol Hill. But thanks for being so brave to do it. Tell us a little bit of your story, if you can.
Well, my mother had fatty liver disease, which evolved into cirrhosis, and she got on the transplant list. And she received a liver and a kidney from a donor, which was transplanted into her on October 30th of 2022. She did very well and woke up alert, happy. She was getting her appetite back. And about 3 days later, transplant surgeons came forward and told us that the donor liver had metastatic cancer. And yeah, I mean, she ended up she was put back on the transplant list and got a retransplant of a second liver. And for 3 weeks, she was completely out of her mind. She was delirious, she hallucinated, and at times had her wrist strapped to a bed. It took her a while. It took her about a month to remember even who we were when we were at her bedside. And also, the kidney from the original donor they left in her developed it had a cyst in it at the time of transplant. It was ill too, it wasn't well. Yeah. And she that kidney just survived on a nephrostomy bag. And my mom passed. She ended up on life support, and she passed on January 13th of 2023, 2.5 months after the first transplant.
It's a horrible story. And Congressman, there was testimony today about organ procurement organizations using Medicaid money on things like vacations, on limousines. How much work does this industry need to do to get itself back on track? How much are you guys finding?
We're finding all kinds of stuff, whether it's Medicare fraud, whether it's making sure that there's not proper scanning of organs, whether it's the fact that we saw one procurement organization that threw away 100 pancreases. Like, you can't make this up, how they have been so rogue, and that's why we're looking into it, is to hold them accountable. We need to make sure that Americans have faith in organ donations and also receiving organs. There's 100,000 people, Rob, that are waiting for organ donations right now. 48,000 just last year alone received them. We need to make sure that they're protected.
Certainly do. Heather, thanks so much for coming on. Congressman Jason Smith, thank you both for the time. A very unusual story, a heartbreaking story, but thank you.
You know, everybody's reporting the same stories, the same spin. You turn the channel, it's always the same. But not us, we're different. We report the real news, no spin, just the facts. Turn to us and you won't turn back.
Tune in to Rob Schmitt Tonight on Newsmax.